Hello, this video explains the key decision to win Capsim 2019. If you need free support for two rounds, round 1 and round 2, you can send email to winsimulation 2012 at gmail.com. For round 1 is important. Capsim Capstone has 8 rounds, long-term strategy game simulation. You can play with the other 5 teams, or altogether we have 6 teams, or sometimes you can play against 5 computers, or a mix of teams in the class and computers. We are in charge of one company to produce sensors. Sensors are used in thousands of products nowadays in every corner of business and life. So we manage 5 product categories, for sensors in 5 product categories: traditional first, and then low end and high end products after, maybe performance and get size. Each product has a specific performance and size and meet specific demands of different customer. You can check that in career report. From here you can download the industry condition report and career report for each round. And the first round is important to update IND. If we need to update IND to get the product updated every round to meet the customer requirements, otherwise our products cannot be sold the next rounds. And IND is the most important decision in this game, because it takes a few rounds to fix if we get some mistake in IND. So to make sure that we update performance and size, increase performance and size to meet the customer demand, and also get the most effective MTBF, means mean time before failure, or the duration, the life of the products. And we need to look at the revision date, the launching date of the new product. If you update, we change the performance and size, and every round the launching date will be affected. So the most effective should be from June to September, maybe sometime October. So we need some time to sell the new product. So again, you need to increase performance and reduce size based on the career report. We check here the reports to check the 5 segments, and also keep track of revision date or launching date of the new product. It's important to add a new product. Here we had 3 slots to add 3 new products for R&D. So again, new products can bring very good sales and good profit, double the sale, double profit. If you want to focus in, we have 5 segments, and if you want to focus in any segment, can control the sales and market share of each segment. We can add the new product in that segment. For example, in the screen you see that we can add the new product in low end segment, because low end has the largest size and also the growth rate. So again, we add a new product, we check the launching date, we increase performance higher, and we reduce the size. The customer prefers a high performance product but smaller size of sensors, and also high MTBF. It means the product can last longer time, and the edge product is important, depends on each segment. For example, low end require high stabilities of the product, so the edge should be high. But the other products may be newer the better, right? So we need to check career report again. It's every round. So that's the first tips, but very important tip for playing Capstone, the IND decision. And this is a sample of the screen. You download the report from here, and then you get a screen like this. That's a sample of traditional segment. Sorry. So we have traditional, we have low end, we have high end, we have performance, and also size product, size segment. So for each segment, you look on this career report, you see that for each segment, customer buying criteria are different. For this traditional, they prefer the age of 2 years, and the price range from 16 to 26. We can set the price around inside this range and close to the strongest competitors to get the better sales, and also to get enough high enough to get contribution margin. So setting the price is also important. We look at that in the next slides. Performance, we should increase that and reduce the size every round based on report from here and based on the industry condition report. For reliabilities or the duration of the products, or the we can set that these hours of working for the product, so we can set that close to 17,000 is okay, right? Not 14, not over higher than 19,000. That's around 17 is the most effective. And also look at this, the HE 47% important, so the price of 25%. So we have price and performance and size important for traditional product. So again, the tips for R&D, again, if we did some mistake in R&D for the first round, we need round 2 and 3 and 4 to fix that, because update the product back to the good with the good performance and size require times, right? It's quite close to the real business management. So the tips for the short, add 1 or 2 or 3 new products in round 1 to 3. Low end products, the second product we need 7 years to sell best, so we do not have to update low end products every round. Update only one round in round 3 and one more time in round maybe 7. We should keep track of launching date from June to October. It's okay, because we have enough time to sell the new product. So it's important to, when we update the products, check the launching date. We also need to increase the performance and reduce size based on career reports, or we can download the industry condition report and use the Excel file to calculate and keep track of that for 8 rounds. If you don't, you can send the emails. I send you the sample of Excel file, so you can calculate the performance size for 8 rounds easily. We check career reports for 5 segment customer demands every round, and also we should set duration of the product or mean time before failure MTBF should be max for performance, and the other should be is a higher than competitor. It's okay, right? And R&D need to be right from round 1. Again, it's very important, so be careful with round 1 R&D. Research and development take time, so if we do that by common sense and make mistake, it will require round 2, 3 and 4 to fix that R&D. And also come back to the first step. If we add the new product, one new product in round 1, one new product in round 2, one new product in round 3, we can get good sales but not very high net profit, but we can get double sale and double net profit from later rounds for it. So think about it before you set the decision for round 1, because it is long-term strategy, right? And for marketing decision, marketing is the second most important decision, because it affects the price and affect directly to the sales and profit of the company, right? So we can check the price first. To set the price, again, that we have to come back with the career report. See this one. So download the career report from the top menu, right? Report here, and then you get that. So this is the career report. In here we can see the price range for 5 segments. So we need to identify the most effective price based on the customer preference or customer demands, and also we need to keep the price close to the top or the strongest competitors, because it's a simulation. We have the other 5 teams to play with, select the most effective price for each segment can affect the sales and net profit strongly. They are close related to each other. And for round 1, we can spend promotion and sales. Promotion and sales should be from 1,000 to 2,000, and most effective come back to 1,400 if customer awareness and customer accessibility get 100%. So we need to invest in round 1, 2, 3. Do not use that too much, because in early rounds we get lower sales and lower net profit. So save the cost and then get some profit, because we have some good sales and some profit in round 1, 2, 3. We can get high investment for later rounds. So suggestion that we use 1,000, maybe 1,200 in round 1, and increase that to by 200 each round, maybe 1,200 for round 1, 1,400 in round 2 for round 2, and 1,600 for round 3. And for marketing, it is important for calculate the sales focus and also decide account receivable. The default number is 30. We can increase that to 35, give customer a week for delay payment, so that they can buy more. We can increase that to 5 days every round, or we can increase that to 46 in round 6 and 61 46 in round 4 and 61 in round 6 if you want, right? And this is the most important decision for self-focused. We take the career report again. So this again and again, we look at the career report in download from here or click here. We can get the career report. We see the number of units we sold the last round from each segment. And then here, right, you can see the unit we sold from each round, and then we can multiply that by the segment growth. By the segment growth rate, we have segment growth rate here, right, different for each segment. For example, traditional statistic maybe 9.2%, and for marketing we multiple that, we need the number we need we saw last time with uh, the segment growth rate, we get the sales focus, and then we minus the inventory, we can get that to the number for production plan. So the tip for marketing, we need to set a good price. The good price depends on each customer requirement in the career report, and good price also close to top or strongest competitors. And we set promotion from 1,200 to 2,000. Sales at sale budget also the same, 1,200 to 2,000. For example, round one we can set we focus on low end, we can increase that to 2,000, so we can sell better. But we do not use 2,000 for all the file, because in round 1 to 3 we get low sales early rounds, right? So we do not spend too much in order to get some profit. And for sales focus, it's important to check the career report to get the number we sold, unit we sold from last round, and multiple by the segment growth. We have the sales focus. Account receivable 30 days, you can increase that to 35 days to get the more to give more favorable condition for customers, so we can sell more. So again, career report is very important. Here we see that in the career report we see the top products in 5 segments. This is a sample of traditional. We can see the other part to find the sample for the details for low end, perform high end, and performance and size. So for each segment, this is sample for round number 8. We get 2 products selling top in the segment. So we should have a long vision, because you have 8 rounds, a long-term strategy game. So if we invest in round 1 to 3, we can get very high sale in round 8, but do not go too fast to balance between cost and investment and the sale and profit, right? So the tip for marketing again is a good price, good promotion, and sale spending, precise sales focus, good account receivable, good condition for customer to sell more. So marketing is not so important as R&D, because marketing we can fix that very fast. We can change the price and do not need extra rounds for the product to adjust. So marketing is good, but marketing is the second most important, because it affects the sales, and marketing decision can affect the sale and profit for each round. So we need to check a report for price range for each product to set the most effective price, most competitive price. We take the competitor price to set our price more better or more competitive than competitors. We reduce the prices by 50 cents every round to keep our price most competitive and more competitive and own competitors' prices. For promotion and sales, so we check the competitors and we set our promotion and sale budget from 1,200 to 2,000. And when the customer awareness and customer accessibility is reach 1,400, we can reduce that back to 1,400, and maintain that sales focus calculation should be precise, so we do not run out of the stock and we do not store too much inventory. So we need to calculate the sales focus carefully, right? Based on the last round we sold per product, the number of product we sold last round. We can check that number from career reports, and we can increase the account receivable to 46 and 61 days in round 4, 5, 6 and 46 days, and round 7, 8, 61 days. And prices are key to affect sale and profit. So that's the second most important decision we make in the Capstone. Again, round 1 is very important, so spend time, watch the video, and then you set the right decision right from round 1. It is easier in the later rounds, right? And for round 2, if you need help, you can send the emails. I can support you for round 1 and round 2 for free. Then you can continue, right? Round 1 winning tips for production. Production is also important. We calculate in the marketing, but we need to put that in the production. So this is the real production numbers, right? For production, it looks quite simple, but it's very important because we need to input the number of production schedule here for each product. The first one is traditional, the second one low end, the third one is high end, the fifth is performance and size. We can add 3 more new products on the screen. We add 1 more new product in low end. Some team can change the product to focus on, adjust the product to focus on specific segments. That's yeah, the decision of each team very different, right? It's up to you to decide to add the new product or adjust the product to focus on each segment. And some team can even retire the product, right? So look at the sample and then you think and decide based on your strategy. The number of production depends on come from here, come from the marketing. You can calculate the sales focus here, and then you have inventory from the career reports. Career report, you have the inventory for each product, and then you can calculate the sales focus. Minus deduct inventory, and then you multiply by about 10%, 5% or 12% to get the production, because we'd rather get some inventory is better than out of stock, because we get some inventory, some small inventory is okay. It's much better than out of stock, because when you are out of stock, the competitor can sell more and customer can move to the competitors, right? So if you have to choose between a little bit overproduce, it's always better than underproduce, right? So we add 10% or 12% here, or even 5% for each product to get some reserve, right? And then we move to the physical plan to make decision for capacity and decision for automation. Invest in capacity, new capacity, or invest in update automation. Invest capacity is important. We can check that, but capacity is very important. We have high demand, so we need to have enough capacity to meet that demand. Otherwise, customer will move to competitors, right? So number one, you can see that that's either usage of factories. Sometimes we need to use a second shift. 150%, 150% of the capacity is most effective. 150% is the most effective. So sometimes if we have less, we can add more capacity. If we have more, we can sell. Yeah, we have higher usage of factory, we need to add more capacity. If we have low usage or low efficiency of capacity, we can sell the surplus capacity. So look at the first one, for example, they use only 104.6%. So a lot of surplus capacity we can sell, and here also sell that. So we don't, the production here and the capacity, we don't need that much. We can sell the surplus capacity and invest later when we have high demand. And we should add capacity for the new product here, right? For automation, the most effective is 10 for low end, 8 for traditional, again 10 for low end, 10 for the second product, 8 for traditional, and the other maybe 4 and 5 and 6. We cannot, we don't have enough investment here, limit mark investment here. We cannot have enough investment to upgrade automation right in one round. So we have to separate to invest gradually, step by step, each round to upgrade our automation. And also, if we increase automation too fast, we don't have time to up to R&D, because a higher automation require longer time for research and development. So for example, in round one, we increase automation by 1.4 for the first one, and 1.5 for the second one, and we keep that the same for the third and the fourth and the fifth products. And also for the new product, we add 1 new product in low end segment, so we can set automation 5 or 6, depends on our max or limit of investment. So again, the tip for production is the third decision table, but it's also very important. The number here is important. The production is not the real production for this one, based on the sales focus from the marketing. So we calculate the production, we add new capacity, we update automation, we sell the surplus capacity if not needed, right? And round 1, 2, and 3 is very important to update capacity and update automation. So to make sure we did the right thing, production tips, we need to calculate production based on the sale focus and inventory from last round. Sale focus and inventory, we can check that from career report. We sell surplus capacity in round 1. For example, we sell surplus capacity of traditional and high-end because we don't need that much capacity. We can add new capacity for the new product. If we decide to add the new product right from round 1, we need to add new capacity. So we, from next round, round 2, we have capacity to produce for the next round, and they will double sale and profit from round 4, and then we can lead the game in this segment, right? In the segment we select. And we update automation to 8, 10, 6, 6, 6 for 5 products. That's optimal, right? But we cannot do that in only one round. We need to do that gradually every round. We update low-end, traditional, and then high-end performance and size in later rounds. Good sale. When we have good sales and profit, we will have higher investment for investor for reinvest in capacity and automation later rounds. So again, this is long-term strategy. With 8 rounds, we should invest in production early. Okay, so we move to the next decision resource table. That is the human resources. Human resources, not so complicated, but we need to look at recruiting spend. We can spend from a few thousand to 5,000, and training hours we can spend max 80 hours. So this long-term strategy, we can spend max 5,000 for recruitment and 80 hours for training in round 1 to 3, when we still get need to invest in the other, like capacity, R&D, new product development, promotion, and sales. So if we have to make decision for human resources, sorry, we can spend about 3,040 hours in round 1 to 3 to set the cost and increase quality. And from round 4 to 8, we can spend 5,000 max for HR, and then we can get a very good profit. We can save a lot of costs and get higher quality product. Sorry. So again, the tip for human resources: recruitment from 3,000 to 5,000, training from 40 to 80 hours. This is long-term effect. And if we have good workers of training, and we can have higher quality of work and save the cost and high quality of the product too. Round 1 to 3, we can use 3,040 hours, but it depends on the situation. If the competition is very hard, we can adjust that to get good sale and profit. And round 4 to 8, if we have very good sales and then good profit, we can increase that to max to maximize the benefit, the efficiency of the workers, right? So 5,080 hours as training. Now we move to table number 5, the finances, finance decision. For finance, so we have quite a few decisions to make. First, stock and sales, and long-term and short-term loans, and also we can retire the stock and pay some dividends. In round 1 to 3, we can use max stock, issue the stock to get the funding for new capacity of the product, for R&D of new products, and add more capacity for production and also promotion and sales. And we can use issue long-term loans, long-term debts here, and get a max here, max number for each round. Short-term loan or current debt is okay. If we get emergency situation, for example, if we run out of the cash here, we can use short-term or current debt. But my suggestion, if we are doing well, you just need to issue the stock, and long-term loan is okay. And you can check here for account receivable, increase that by 5 days every round. So we check here, we get our cash position, estimated cash position for each round. So again, for short round 1, 2, and 3, use max stock issues and max long-term debts. Use short-term debts only in case you need that. Right? Again, for here is a finance tip, right? Finance tip. We use resources of investment. Issue stock in round 1 to 3, maybe 4 and 5 if needed, right? Issue long-term loans from round 1 to 3, maybe 4 and 5 if needed, right? And only use short-term if we need cash. For example, in emergency case, if competition very hard, we do not get enough sales and get some loss, we can use short-term loans if only needed. And then in round 7 and 8, this is a long-term strategy game. We invest in early rounds. We can retire the stocks and pay some dividends. We can buy back the stocks and pay some dividends, so we can increase the stock price and increase earning per share. Retire long-term loans in round 7 and 8, right? and we can increase account receivable to 46 days or 61 days to give better condition for customer, so we can sell better. So we check the estimated result or estimated income statement for round 1. This is round 1, but again round 1 is very important. If you master round 1, understand all the decision, all the other rounds may be similar and adjust a little bit. So for round 1 we get very good sales and very good contribution margin, right? 28%. We get some profit again here, and some profit. Do not expect the simulation gain is quite close to the real business. So in early rounds, do not expect too high profit. Maybe a few percent is okay, and get some profit, but try to get some profit, a few percent, 3 to 5%, or maybe 1% is okay. Increase that from 1 to 3 to 5 or 10 in round 1 to 3, and then in later round we can get that 30% or 20% of net profit. And this is the real result, estimated result, and after the system process on the decision of the teams, and then we had the real result of 148 million and cumulative and profit of 5 million, right? And that's good result, good sale, good profit, and good market share, right? You can see the good market share higher than all the other competitors. If you need the support for round 1 and 2, you can send the email to winsimulation2012@gmail.com. And this is the stock price for round 1, good stock price, good market cap. Remember that we can retire and pay dividend in round 6, 7, and 8. Do not do that in round 1 to 3. Round 1 to 3 to 4, 5 for investment. 6, 7, 8 we get high sale, high profit. We can retire that later, right? We need to issue the stock in round 1 to 3 for investment and retire that later. This is an overview. We are in round 1, but I give you this screen because we can see the overview of 8 rounds. We can increase sale and profit and stock price over the 8 rounds to lead the game like this. Round 4 and 5 and 6. Round 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 we lead the game. Round 1 to 3, 4 we compete with the competitors, right, for investment. That's a long-term strategy. So if we invest in early rounds, we can get good results in the later rounds. So thank you for watching. If you have any question, you can send an email, or if you need free support for round 1 and 2, you can send email to winsimulation2012. Thank you for watching. Good luck and success.